Hey friends, it's Jenny, and I got something exciting from Canada. Warning, opening this package will cause extreme happiness. If you are watching this video, it means that the October Didi's Deluxe Bead box has been revealed on the website, and November is available to purchase. That happens on the 12th of the month between 11 and noon Eastern time. And in this case, it is October being revealed and November being available to purchase. There were some concerns with October, with the tariffs and everything. It looked like the cost was going to be very high. Stella has managed to get several of her collections cleared as being exempt from the tariffs, including the Deluxe Bead box. So in the description, you'll have a link to the Deluxe Bead box as well as links to the other collections that are part of that same exemption. So if you were deterred by the tariffs previously, take another look and see if you want to go ahead and get November ordered. October did stick around a little bit longer than normal, actually quite a bit longer than normal because of the situation with the tariffs. Now that that has essentially been resolved, at least for these particular collections, I expect that those are going to go pretty quickly. Prior to all of this, they would sell out in just a few hours. So if you're interested, set an alarm, set yourself a reminder, make sure you don't miss it. And again, that is the 12th between 11 and noon Eastern time. And if you're watching this video, then I have released this video to coincide with that release. So head on over there and check them out because they will be available right now to order for November. It's always kept a secret, so everybody waits to post things that they made or unboxings of their collections until the official reveal has happened. So this is my first time looking at this. I'm actually recording this the night before the reveal. And I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's in here. So we've got, here's our little list right here. This theme is Fall Fever, and we've got a product list that we'll go over as we go through it. Mark your calendars for the reveal and new releases. And she talks about how that happens. But also you want to join the Facebook group as the best way to stay in the know on everything going on with Didi Beads, as well as go to the shop, specifically this collection, to see what's there. So that is some very important information. And look how adorable this is. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, let's get this little bundle of goodness out. Ooh, things are already slipped. Oh, some really pretty things are already slipping loose. Look at this, guys. Oh, would you take a look at that? Oh, would you take a look at that? Okay. I have a little bit of chaos on my desk right now, but I do have my little ladybug dish. We will utilize this if we need a closer look at things. But let's just slide this tissue paper away and spill out. Oh my gosh, I love how much green is in this. Okay, so usually when I think of fall colors, you get the browns and the oranges and things like that. But you also get these reds, and I am in love with how much green is in this. There is so much lovely green because I live in a part of the world where we still see a lot of green throughout the whole year. And so this is exciting to me. So, okay, there's too much to love in here and I'm just going to go crazy. So I'm going to push it all up on my mat and we're going to bring things down and look at them one by one as I go through this item list. And then I'm going to organize it in one of my 15 grid organizers. Becky and I both prefer to organize in these 15 grid organizers because honestly, as gorgeous as this is, if I put it in the box and close the lid, I wouldn't think about it nearly enough. So we like to lay out our beads in the organizer so we can see everything and we can like stare at our beads. You know, we all do that. We stare at our beads, we get inspired, and I want to be inspired. So I'm excited about this. Okay, so the first thing, speaking of inspiring, is the Inspired by Czech Designer strand. This one is the Fall Fever, and it's got some really cool shapes on it. I'll have to skip on the metals as I usually do, just because I don't know if they have any nickel in them, and I do have a nickel allergy. But there's a lot of Czech glass on here. So we've got these like long bicones on the end. and a drook that looks, gosh, that looks so good. It looks like, you know how like meringue will kind of stretch across like a lemon meringue, except that that's orange. I love the shape of this flower bead. And then we've got leaves. How can we not have leaves? And then we've got this melon, this beautiful red toned melon with a gold shimmery wash. And then we've got, I don't know what this is called specifically. When Becky sees it, she calls them brain beads because they have this like filigree pattern on them. I think they're really pretty. And then more of those little flowers, and then a check flower, of course. And then the pattern repeats on the other side. So we end up with 4 of these little flowers, 4 leaves, 2 each of the filigree style beads. I'm sure they have a better name, 2 of the melon beads. We've got all of that. And so one of the things I like to do with my Didi's box is I take down this separator and I put my Inspire strand right here because it gives me a glance of like, okay, this is what inspired the rest of the selections, or at least in my head, that's what it is. And so it gives me a place to look at all those colors together and how they can combine. So that is where I like to put my check Inspire strand. And then, okay, some of these things I don't know, and so I might get them a little bit wrong. But I think I've got what this is. So this is Canadian Nephrite Jade Gemstones. It's a 15-inch strand. These are 6 millimeter. This looks like the right description. And I love this color. I know you're getting a lot of shadows because of my lighting, but guys, it is so pretty. It is so pretty. I love that. So I'm just going to snip this open and I'm going to start putting it in my organizer. And this is a 15-inch strand, so it's a good size strand. I love that. Stella is always very generous in how many beads she sends you, especially these lovely gemstones. So since we have a lot of green, I'm probably going to go green across the top, I'm thinking. Maybe. I haven't quite decided. But Canadian Nephrite. Canadian Nephrite Jade is what that is. And then we've also got 8 inches of the 12 by 5 millimeter Canadian Nephrite Olive Jade Bamboo. And I'm holding this up a little bit so you can kind of see the light playing through it. They're opaque, but only kind of like semi-opaque. But they glow, and I love that. Put it on the dish as well so you can see that. Those are beautiful. And what a fun shape to play with. I'm excited about that. So I'm going to put these next to my other green guys over here. These are going to be so much fun, guys. Look at that. Here we are so far. Okay, and then we have a 5-inch strand of marble. Yes, so this is 5 to 6 millimeter forest mix marbled glass lampwork cubes. And look at that. They're just so beautifully layered. They're glass, but they feel very organic. Like if you were going to cut a segment away from a highly layered vegetable or plant, that this is what you would see. And they're pretty cool. And there's different shades of like red and green and cream and brown and some pink tones. That's super lovely. And it does have some little glass spacer beads. Looks like a few little 11-ohs. Might be 8-ohs. But I'm just putting them all together in there. So we've got our cubes. And then we have 15.5 inches. Ooh, this is, okay, this is a long one. This is 15.5 inches orange spice mottled glass beads. Yeah, that's got to be these ones. And they are definitely mottled. In fact, they have the orange, but they also have those greens and reds in each of these beads. That's a really cool selection. I like that. I have a hard time working in something that's straight orange, but you give me something like this I can do something with. So thank you, Stella. Beautifully curated. She always does a gorgeous job curating. And the different collections may not be to your particular taste, but they can encourage you to kind of go outside of your comfort zone. Like for me, I love the green, so I'm really excited about this. But also she incorporated orange in a way that I don't normally go for orange, but I could totally do that with this one. And in the, this is my fourth Deluxe, or Didi's Deluxe Bead box. There's been vastly different selections, so I don't feel like any of this at this point is repeating. So definitely a lot of opportunities to see different things and to enjoy that. And then we have, oh, this is cool. Okay, so I wondered what this was. Guys, this is cool. This is natural coconut wood nugget chips. And how cool do they look? I love this. It's such a cool texture to it, visually and, you know, by touch. And so I'm looking forward to using some of those. I'm seeing what I've got. I think I have room. I'm going to put this one on the next row because we've got a couple of really long strands coming. I think they'll fit. I'm not sure, but I'm going to put it on the second row. But this is 8 inches, and they are 8 to 9 millimeter. Let me put a few of those on the dish. I'll just do like this, so you can see. What a cool natural texture to include. I've never made anything with coconut shell or coconut. How's it called? Coconut wood nugget chips. Never made anything with something like that before. That's gonna be interesting to play with. Okay, what is next? We have 15 inches of two-tone olive green glass crystals. That's these guys. And I'm not catching a whole bunch of the two-tone, so they're very similar tone. Oh, I guess I kind of do. Like if you look along the edges of the crystal. But those are super cool. I like them. I need to snip this carefully. This is that really fine wire that sometimes gets a bit pokey. So I am just taking it off on my mat. And I'm just gonna scoop it into my box, just so I don't have to mess with it. Okay. We will have to find it later and dispose of it, but for now it can be where it is. So I'll just get out my scoop. Ta-da! And get these guys put in here. A little bit of unintentional ASMR, putting the beads in the box. But it's very satisfying, getting them all organized. So here we can see this starting to take shape. The next one is also a 15-inch strand. These are the same size, 4x6 millimeter taupe glass crystals. So we've got more of them here, but they're in the taupe colors. Let me get this also off of the pokey strand. Crystal often comes on these. It's not at all how, like, because Stella packaged it this way. This is how it comes. And that is typical for like crystals. All right, move that aside. And then we'll do the same thing. I'm going to put these right below their compatriots. So they'll be next to my coconut wood. Getting it all organized. I love what this is doing as far as like the feel of these colors together. I got very excited about the greens, and I do love the greens, but I like how this is all going all autumnal on us, and I love it. I love it. Okay, and then we have, oh, they are pear-shaped. Okay, so this is 17 inches. They're a little bit smaller. They're 4mm orange spice pear-shaped crystals. I'm going to get these close so you can see the shape. See how they are a little bit bulbous on one end? These are some little pear-shaped guys, and they're very pretty. I like them a lot. I do. They're going to be fun to play with. And also, sometimes you might have to pay attention to how you're stringing them with them being almost more little drop shapes, because they've got that pear shape. Be fun to turn some of these into some dangles. I'm going to go ahead and get this off the wire, and then I'll put a few of these on the dish again so you can see a little bit closer. Yeah. Those are delightful. And they remind me of like spiced cider, like the oranges and stuff they put in spiced cider. It is Thanksgiving weekend in Canada this weekend, so to all of our Canadian friends, I think I'm late, a day late or so, but happy Thanksgiving weekend. I hope you enjoyed the time with your friends or family or whoever you chose to spend the holiday with. Okay, let's get these other items in here. So then we've got 8 inches of 4mm antique copper wavy hematite discs, and these are small and they actually coil up decently. So I'm just going to slide them in here where I've got kind of my orange and brown tones. I like that. I like that quite a bit actually. And then we have 20 grams of, this is Fall Fever Frosted Rice Designer Mix. So I'm going to spill some of these out on my dish, and we're going to talk about the different colors. Oh, they're really pretty and different lengths. Look, we have some longer ones in this mix. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they would all be the same length. Most of them are this smaller length, and we've got this really pretty champagne color, slightly peachy. This other one is a little bit more taupey. They all have a shimmer to them. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but they all have a shimmer to them. The long green ones are a slightly different tone than the short green ones. And then, of course, the red. That is a really, really fun mix. I'm going to go ahead and put them in this corner back here. I could keep them in my bag, but that's okay. I'll scoop when I need them. Again, this makes it easier for me, like things that are really small. I really like these wavy guys, the wavy hematite discs. Things that are really small. Ooh, and it fills up that little reservoir. How delightful. That happened before when I got a bead mix from Stella, that it fit just perfectly. I love that. Love that rice bead mix. That's very, especially with that golden shimmer to it, man, does it set a tone. I love that so much. Okay, and then we have 2 pieces of, these are 25 by 18 by 8 yellow ochre olive swirl lampwork focal. So these are lampwork beads, and they are oval but they are almost more lozenge shaped. So there's like, they're shorter on one side, but they're this beautiful buttery yellow with this green outer glass and design, and I think they're gorgeous. I'm looking forward to these. I don't think the camera does this justice. I'm gonna hold them up without anything behind it so you can see what it looks like with just the light coming through it. Without anything behind. No fingers, no shadows, no any of that. So those are super cool. Put those in there. And then we've got two, oh, they went behind. These are two antique bronze tree branch twig connectors. They are 15 millimeters. And I did reach out to Stella to see if we had any additional metal information on these. She's always been really great about helping me find that out so that I can share the information with all of you. And these are really pretty. They are lead and cadmium free, but there was no mention on if they're nickel free. So I will, because I err on the side of caution, be setting these aside and not using them to design with in this box, but it is a beautiful addition to the box. So they'll end up being in the box for the picture, but then I'll just remove them and set them aside and give them to my sister. She may enjoy designing with these. She doesn't have the same metal allergy that I do. And then we have a bonus 45 millimeter cherry pink sea sediment imperial jasper teardrop pendant. And this is beautiful. I love this so much. This is the back of it. And this is the front. And you can see like these pyrite veins in it that is just really gorgeous. Is that catching light? Oh, it is. I think that is really pretty. I'm just gonna set this here with these twigs beside it. And look, we have organized our October Didi's Deluxe Bead box. And we're gonna get a closer look at everything. I'm in love with these grains. This Canadian nephrite jade. I've never heard of it before, but I love it. It's beautiful. We've got these glasswork lamp beads. I think these are the only gemstones, these two right here, which is fine. These are gorgeous. The rest is just really great high quality glass, like these crystals and these guys and our little rice bead mix. And then we've got our natural element, the coconut wood chips, and then more incredible lampwork. Oh, here's the other gemstone, the pendant. Hello. The cherry pink sea sediment imperial jasper. That is a long name, but it is beautiful. And I don't think I showed you where the hole is. It is top drilled front to back. So that is going to be nice and delicate to work with. And I am really excited about that. And of course, to be inspired by our special check strand. Guys, I love this. I'm excited. What do you think? What do you like most about this box? What kinds of colors and things do you hope to see in future boxes? And are you going to go ahead and go buy the November box? I know I'm going to, but I hope that some of you take a look at that as well and see about going ahead and getting the November box, which, like I said, you'll get it in time for the November reveal on the 12th. Just don't share any photos or videos of anything you might make with it. And then everybody can enjoy seeing the contents all on the same day at the same time, so nobody gets it spoiled. And then that, of course, is when we'll order the December box on November 12th. So that's the next day to mark your calendar. If you've already handled today and gone ahead and ordered your November box, mark your calendar for December 12th, because that's when this will happen again. I'm looking forward to this. I had fun showing you what I got. And if you liked this video, hit like. If you want to see more, subscribe and leave us a comment. As always, happy beading and don't forget to play. Bye, friends.